Weird in a bad way. Welcome back to Weird in a Bad Way. We have big news. Jane, what is it?
We got engaged.
Yeah, pretty crazy. We got engaged this last weekend. We've been engaged for 4 days now, 5 days.
And
How
if
does
you
it
didn't
feel?
know already, you should have figured it out.
Oh.
Because
Well, maybe
everyone
some
probably
people are
knows.
finding out. Dude,
Okay.
some people, this is their only source.
That is not true at all. That's the
This is
complete
their only
opposite.
news source. Like, not just about us, just the whole
Oh.
world. Yeah. This is, yeah.
Oh.
And we barely talk about news on here, so they really don't know anything.
But
Well.
they definitely probably don't like Trump, because I'm keeping them in track on that.
All right,
Okay,
starting
Owen,
off hot.
you tell the story.
Owen's eating a burrito.
I just took a massive bite of my burrito.
Well, I didn't want to tell it, so.
All right, I'll tell the whole story. So basically, we were in Preston, Minnesota for a bike race. And Jane has been, we went and bought the ring together. We'll go back about a month and a half ago.
Less than a month ago.
Oh, less than a month ago. And we picked it out together. Jane was...
That's not true. Sorry,
Jane picked it out.
You had the ring for less than a month.
Oh, okay. Jane picked it out. Loved it. I was also about it. It's a cool ring. And then ever since she's seen it in person, she's been like, bro, just give it to me. She's so over the waiting for the surprise.
I don't like surprises.
So I'm like, okay, I missed the chance to do it in Colorado because we didn't buy the ring yet. I missed the chance to do it at the museum when Brianna was here, because when we were at the museum, Jane was like, and Brianna was like, well, I think Jane, you were saying someone at work got engaged at that museum.
No, someone at Starbucks. Were you going to do it at the museum?
No. But I was just like, when I was there, I was like, oh, this would have been a cool spot. But now I can't do it here because we are talking about doing it at the museum. So if I was like, let's go back to the museum 3 weeks later, no surprise. It's obvious, you know? And then we were going to Minnesota, and I'm like, I bet Jane would want it to be in Minnesota. So we're going to Minnesota for this bike race in Preston where our aunt lives. And I was like, this is my chance. Now, I thought for half of a second
Shout
that
out
I would...
Jill. Sorry.
I thought for half a second I'd run it back, just like Chase Work did, my cycling coach, and the person putting on the event we were going to. He got engaged at the end of a bike race. He was wearing a cycling kit that said, "Will you marry me?" And he won the bike race and then proposed immediately at the finish.
Did you think
And I'm
I
like,
want that?
Bro, maybe I should do that too. And then I was like, okay, 3 things. I'm not going to win the race. Most likely. Ended up, I did not win the race. I did trash. Number 2, Jane would hate that. And number 3, I also would hate it. Because I don't want to do it in public. Like with a bunch of people. I would do it in public, but like not with a ton of people around. I just feel like that,
and also,
to me, takes a little bit of the intimacy away.
Racers still coming in, so it'd be chaotic.
Yeah, it'd just be too chaotic.
And I just feel like I'm in the way.
So anyways, I was like, scratch that immediately. And then I was like, so still want to do it in Minnesota. This is my chance. Jane's anxiously waiting, so I need to do it now. So this is like week of, though, that I'm making this decision. So it was a very game time. Like, obviously not the fact that I was proposing. I've been thinking about that. We've been discussing it for years.
5
but
to be
how I
exact.
was going to do the engagement was a game time decision. So ordered some flowers because I said that I wanted to get her flowers and coffee. That's all I sent to mom, and I was like, "Can you help me?" And then she was talking to Jill, and Jill was like, "Well, we have this floral place in Preston." So they sent me the website. There's like 160 different. I don't know why I went with 160. That's such a specific number when I have no idea. Over
All numbers are
100.
specific.
Over 100. That's more broad than 160.
Yeah, but if you said any specific number, it'd be specific.
All right, buddy. Over 100 options for different like flower arrangements. I was like, bro, I was thinking of just getting like a singular rose, but I guess we got to ball out. So I got this massive arrangement of fall colored flowers because it was kind of fall time vibes there. Asked mom if she could make the phone call though. I just picked them out. So mom made the phone call and paid for them. I need to pay her back still because they were pretty expensive, actually. Well, not that expensive for flowers for like a big arrangement like that, but I think it was pretty reasonable. But just more than I've ever spent on flowers, which is appropriate for the situation. And then, so I had that order set up, and then I'm like, okay, we need to come up with a plan so Jane's not completely tipped off. She might be suspecting a little bit, but not completely tipped off. So the story that I was coming up with was we were going to go bike in the morning. Not that unrealistic. Me, dad, and mom. And we ended up actually going and biking. So it was true as well. We did do that. We drove down to Harmony and did like a little bike ride because there's a new trail from Harmony to the Iowa border now.
Okay.
And they're going to connect it to a town in Iowa, but that's not done yet. So we did that. And then that was just to make sure we're out of the house before Jane gets up. So she's not like, why are you bringing nice clothes to this bike ride, whatever. And then we were going to meet Jill and Jane at the apple orchard in Preston was what we told them. Well, Jill knew the plan, but this is what we told them. Well, they are getting ready to go to the apple orchard, which was also kind of clutch because we had just bought a new camera. Me and Jane bought a new camera the day before the trip. Nothing to do with the engagement, but it did help the scheme. So I was like, wear a nice fit to the apple orchard so we can take fall color or fall pictures with our new camera. So I was like getting her prepared to be in a nice outfit without being super sus about it. Then while they're getting ready for the fall pics, I am at Casey's getting coffee for Jane because I know she likes coffee. Now, you might be like, brother, why are you getting a $2 coffee at Casey's? You couldn't get Starbucks? No, because there is none in Preston. The highest class iced coffee I can get is at Casey's.
Probably
or
the best,
Preston
though.
Foods, I guess. But I think that Jane likes the Casey's one better, actually.
We do.
And then we went to the grocery store, though, to get the flowers because the flower place was not open on Sundays, of course. And so they had all the flowers in this like flower cooler in the back. And there was just like a post-it note on mine, like, these are for Owen Erdman's, prepaid. And then like we just grabbed them. And the person at the checkout was like, oh, it's you. Good luck. Like they didn't even ask to see ID or anything. They were just like, yep, this is him. Everyone knew what was going on in the whole town other than Jane. So then we go to the little overlook right outside of Preston, right next to the apple orchard, set up the flowers and the coffee, kicked my parents out of there at the last second. It was a little too close. I meant to get them out of there sooner, but they were like pulling out when Jill was pulling into the overlook to do the engagement. And then they just drove into the apple orchard parking lot up around the corner. And then Jane and Jill pull up. Jane was like, "Should I get out?" And Jill was
No,
like,
I
"Yes,
said I
dude."
assume I get out.
Yeah, yeah. And then Jane gets out. I'm just standing there, and the flowers are kind of behind this little ledge. So she gets out, sees the flowers and stuff. At this point, she's like, "No way, this is really happening." No, I don't know what she was thinking, but
I said, "What are you doing?"
oh yeah. What are
And
you
you
doing?
said, "What do you think?"
Yeah. And then I got down on one knee, did the whole spiel,
The whole spiel. What was the spiel?
massive speech.
No, it
No.
was not. What did you say?
I said
can't remember.
you blacked out.
Yeah.
Because she was so surprised. I
know you
said
said Jane Darlene, and you said it
Jane
with your little
Darlene.
excited voice. You said Jane Darlene. You said it in your excited voice.
I said, "Jane Darlene, will you marry me?" And then she said yes. Immediately.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I couldn't remember if I had actually
You don't
responded
remember
or if
if you said yes or not?
like I knew I was agreeing, but I didn't know if I was like if I vocalized it or if I was just like, you know.
Yes, you vocalized it.
Okay, good.
Then got up, gave her a hug. That was pretty much it.
No, then you showed me the iced coffee.
Oh yeah, then I pulled the iced
And I was
coffee
like,
up from
"Oh, thank
behind the
God."
flowers. It was hidden in the flowers.
That was the best part.
And she was like, "Let's go, dude. I don't even want the ring. I just want the coffee." No.
Was Jill just sitting there for all of this?
Yeah, and then I was like, "Jill, get out here." Gave Jill a hug. No. Just had Jill take photos of us with our new camera. And we were looking nice and festive, fall looking. The photos, I think, looked nice. We'll leave that up to the judges, but I thought it was nice. And then we went to the apple orchard and got some little pastries with my parents to celebrate. And then on the way home, we were able to meet Janet for lunch to celebrate, which was really nice. So it was all last minute. Apologies if that stressed any of the people helping me out. But I think that it went well. And I'm glad that that my parents and Janet and Jill got to be involved. It ended up being really nice. If you felt blindsided, I was thinking you might feel blindsided, Rose. Sorry.
Was there ever a thought like, you know who else might want to be involved?
Yes, there was. There was. And I wanted you to be involved. Maybe, let's not say that. That might be offensive. Maybe more than anyone else.
Okay, and then you said it anyway.
Not that I wanted the other people not to be involved. I just would have been special to have Rose involved as well, because you and Rose are such good friends, and obviously me and Rose are day ones.
But it's all good.
What?
Well, I said we're gonna be sisters, so it's a different level of friendship.
I was on the streets in Boston chanting, "Sisters, sisters, sisters."
Yeah, I gotta say, I feel like your reaction, yours and Eddie's, might have been the best. And I love everybody, and everyone's great, and I don't really care.
They were the most enthusiastic, for sure.
They were the most outwardly enthusiastic. I have to give it to them. They were like screaming at each other, like looking at each other, looking back at the phone, looking at each other, looking back at the phone.
Second most goes to Karen.
They were.
Second most goes to Karen at work. She was hype. Comes into the team meeting with all of High Level Software Fitness. So there's like 50 people in there, and she's just like
big people, like big boss people.
I mean, like my boss's boss, and she's like, "Owen, congratulations! I haven't seen you yet." And this was like Tuesday. I'm like, "Bro, yeah. I mean, it happened 2 days ago." And I was like, "Thanks." And she's like, "I'm just so happy." I'm like, yeah, thanks." And then she made me tell her the whole story, so it was nice.
You guys didn't get to see Heather, but she was pretty excited as well.
I did
Yeah.
text her though.
Because we got home right, we were walking back to her apartment when you called, and so then we went up and we knock on the door, and then we open the door, and I just hear from like further inside the apartment, "Did you hear?" And I come running in, and I'm like, "Oh, did you hear engaged?" And she was jumping, and we were hugging. It was a very exciting time in there.
Grandpa was
So
also
cute.
excited. Jane texted Grandpa George. You hear this
And
story?
I said,
No.
I text. Okay, let me pull it up. I want to be correct.
Yeah, we need to read the whole combo.
It was really electric. Okay. I texted him 2 photos. So one of Owen and I, and one of the ring kind of up close, because, you know. And I said, wanted to share some news with you, ... in parentheses, this is Jane, by the way. BTW. Not even fully, by the way, just BT dubs. And then he responded back, congrats, it's about time. And then I said, thank you, haha. And he said, so have you set a date? I said, not just yet, but you'll be the first to know. And he goes, I will hold you to that.
Oh my gosh. He called me.
What?
And he was like, hey, I heard you let your little brother beat you to being engaged.
Bro, he didn't even call me.
And I was like,
Yeah, what
well, yeah. He didn't even call you. Okay, that's crazy. He called me. And I'm like, well, you know, he and Jane have been together longer than me and Eddie have been together. He said, that's no excuse. I said,
he called
well,
to roast you.
I said, well, I think it is. And then he goes, well, this is fantastic.
Bro.
He said, this is fantastic.
So he was pretty excited. Like, he
That's
called
so
to roast,
cute.
but he also, as soon as he got done roasting, was just calling to celebrate.
Nice.
So cute.
Nice. Yeah. Hopefully he called Ben and Emma too.
Well, then,
to roast.
apparently,
Because I am
Mom
the
and
youngest
Dad
out of
were-
any of his grandchildren.
I know. Mom and Dad were on the way to Bill's, and so Heather, of course, tells Bill, Jane and Owen are engaged, and he's like, really? And Heather's like, yeah, really. And then he's like, well, Belinda hasn't said a word. All she texted me was that they'd left Preston. And then, and then later, we call Bill. Heather FaceTimed Bill later that day, and she's like, isn't it so exciting that Jane and Owen are engaged? And he's like, well, the only person I've heard it from so far is you. I don't even know if it's true. And
I didn't know if I should text him. Oh, I just assumed that your parents were going to tell.
Yeah, I thought that they had already told him.
I feel
Well, I
bad.
think
I should have texted everybody.
I think
But it was
Mom
so
might
many
have been,
people to tell.
Yeah, and I think Mom might have been like, oh, maybe Jane and Owen want to tell people, so I shouldn't tell people.
Oh, probably.
Because I texted Mom, oh my gosh, or like something really excited like that. And Mom's response was, what? And I was like, what?
Belinda,
What do you mean, what?
if you are listening,
Jane and Owen are engaged.
get it together.
Dude
And she's
said,
like, oh yeah, pretty
what?
exciting.
Dude said, what are you talking about?
I was like, what's going
No, she
on?
definitely was just like, didn't know if you were
Yeah.
talking about it and didn't want to let on if it wasn't that.
I think she wasn't sure if I knew or not. But
I just love
was
that
like,
George
that's
said,
such a funny response for me to be like, oh my gosh, and her response to be like, what?
what? Well, maybe, no, for sure, I'm gonna, like, I don't have the ability to plan. So I'm gonna need some help, so you can definitely be involved. But you're kind of busy, but still be involved. Maybe I'll start a
Yeah.
group chat.
Okay.
Here, can I give you the things that clued me in?
First off,
Were you suspicious? Oh, sorry.
to circle way back, I did want you to be involved. I did think about telling you first, but then with you not being involved, I thought it maybe would be better to get your reaction live and Jane be a part of that. So I didn't tell you like before, like I'm going to propose to Jane this weekend, because I almost did that.
I
And
wasn't
then
involved
the
in
main
planning the
reason that I
proposal
didn't
at
have
all.
you involved was
That's why everything was
because
a little bit,
I was like, I need to do this now because Jane is like wants the ring now, and I was excited to do it because I was thinking about waiting until Christmas, like Christmas-ish time, and like I had all these other ideas, like doing it on a pondy with the ice skates, very Minnesotan. But
I
also,
would
Jane
have
probably
said
I would
no.
have to like beg her to get her out there, so on the
I
ice.
would
So
have said no. I would have been
and
like,
imagine like it's just like how it has been the last few years, and like there's
what?
no
But just
ice.
imagine me being cold
We're like
and
going out on
annoyed.
thin ice, and we like drowned or something.
Or you drop the ring and it goes into a frozen pond
Yeah.
and
The
we can't get
fishies get
it.
it.
Yeah, I'll just say this. I wasn't involved even in like here's who I would want, really, to know.
Yeah.
So if anyone's mad, you can be mad at Owen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not
But
mad.
also-
I was just a little bit
I'm
sad.
saying this to
But I was
everyone.
mainly happy, so it didn't matter.
I'm saying this to everyone.
Yeah.
Get over it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, sheesh.
But no, things that made me think. I'll give you my thought process. Before we were going, I was thinking, I don't think he'll do it because he's going to the bike race. Like, we weren't in Champlin, where, like, it felt like we were still kind of far away from people. Whatever. And just because the bike race and then we have to drive home, like, when would he possibly. Whatever. But things that made me think maybe were buying the camera. He claims it wasn't a part of it, but it gave.
It was not. I've been looking for a camera for weeks
Okay, don't
because
talk
I
with your
just
mouth
want to
full.
get into
Put
photography.
your mouth shut, please. It's horrible. Mute yourself. Thank you. Two, I had gotten my nails done with Brianna when she was here, and then they were pretty grown out, and I was telling Owen like, "Oh, I don't even know how to take these off. Like, I want to get them off." And he's like, "Well, can't you just like push them down?" And I was like, first of all, how would I push them down? I don't even know how to take them off. Second of all, why? Anyway, and then he said, "Oh, bring, it'll be like really nice in fall. Like it'll be like fall time there, like fall temp. So bring fall clothes." And I was like, "Oh, LOL." In my head, I was thinking bring cute fall clothes. You were probably just trying to tell me to bring stuff that's warm. He goes, "No, I was saying cute." And I was like,
For the photos with the new camera.
Shut your mouth, please. I can't have you talking with your mouth full. And then, yeah, but all of that spoke to proposal. Don't talk if your mouth is full. I see you getting ready to say something.
I am on mute, dude. Chill.
Well, you keep talking, so it makes me think that mute doesn't matter. And then you were like, we're gonna go to an orchard. Never heard of this orchard before. Apparently everyone's been there before except for me, so sorry I didn't know.
It's not that weird.
Have I been there?
You
Yes,
remember the
apparently
place
you and
they
Eddie.
make the pizzas?
Oh, I have been there. I don't think Eddie's been there, though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know. Anyway, I thought that was suspicious. Then, what was suspicious is that Owen was being extra nice. He claims this is not part of it, but I felt like it was. I was like, he seems like he loves me a little bit extra lately. Then, I set my alarm for like 6:30, and he like got up, and I knew he was gonna bike, which that wasn't weird at all. Like he always goes and bikes in the morning. But I thought I would like set my alarm and try and like get up, whatever. And he like came over to me while I was still like, I was like half sleeping. He goes, "By the way, I set your alarm back to 8:30." And I was like, okay, that's fine. But like,
because I was like, you are not getting up right now, and it's gonna ruin the scheme. I mean, it wouldn't have. We had it,
but
we would have been fine because we had made the plan
Anyway.
the night before, and we would have just acted like we were going biking. It would have been fine. But I was like, she's not getting up right now, so I was just trying to be nice.
Exactly, extra. And then it's like the alarm went off and I turned it off. I said I don't care. But then he calls me at 8:40 and I don't answer. I like hit no. And then I was like, oh, I think he just called me. I should probably say something. So I just text him, yeah. You go, you're awake? And I said, I am now. I was so like exhausted, I guess. What are you sitting on? Like 800 crumpled pieces of paper?
No, it's just
What
this
was that
chair.
sound?
Sorry. Sorry.
So,
Chair's kind of loud.
it sounded like it. Okay. And then he's like, okay, well, I think we're going to be there around this time, but, no, take your time or whatever. And I was like, okay. And then he goes, actually, we're going to be there at like 9:30, so no rush. You have time to get ready. And I'm like, this man has never not rushed me. Like, that is his MO, is rushing me to get ready faster and to hurry up. And also, it was just weird that you had texted me 2 different times about the time you were going to be there. I was like, okay. So then I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should, like, look good. Because, like, then I'm like, well, I don't think it's going to happen, but just in case. So I'm, like, curling my hair. For half a second, I was like, ugh, I'm over this hair. I just want to, like, put my head in the sink, get it wet, and just have it be wet and put it in, like, a ponytail. Glad I didn't do that. That would have looked crazy. But anyway, so then I'm, like, getting, I got my stuff. I put on my outfit, whatever. Go upstairs thinking Jill is, like, maybe going to be ready, but maybe not. Because, like, I don't know what she's doing. I haven't seen her yet. She looks so super ready to go. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she goes, oh, are you ready? And then she goes, I think they're already there. Or they texted and said they're there. And I was like, it's 9:10. He said 9:30. So their story isn't matching up. Huh. So then I'm like getting a little anxious, but I'm like, it's fine. It's not happening. It's fine. Don't act like an idiot. Like being like, oh, is it going to happen? And then it's like, no, you dummy. And then I go, yeah, I'm ready to go, but I wanted to stop and get coffee, but I'm assuming we don't have time. And she said, oh, well, knowing Owen, he probably got you a coffee. Now, hear me out. For Jill to say this wasn't weird. She was wrong. I thought to myself, knowing Owen, he didn't get me a coffee. But for Jill to think that he would, I'll give it to her. That seemed reasonable enough. But in my heart, I was like, there's no shot he just gets me coffee. He never does that. You'd think he would. He never does.
No, I make you it every morning.
Yeah, but begrudgingly, and I have to, like, ask you, and you have, like, but that's, like, just because you want me to go to work. But, like, meeting you after your bike ride, yeah, right, you're probably just like, she'll order something here, or she'll go get it herself. Like, that's how it works. But I was like, yeah, right, whatever. So I grabbed the camera, I grabbed my purse, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And then we're driving, and I don't even know what we're talking about. I think I said something like, I don't know, something.
I mean, it's quite literally a 30-second drive.
Yeah, it's not very long. So then we're pulling up, and I see the van, and I'm like... And then she pulls into this like halfway thing, and I'm like... And then I see Owen, and I'm like... And he's standing there looking nice and dressed, and I'm like... fully anxious. And I'm like, okay, so I assume I get out now. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Do I have to? I'm scared. I have to go talk to that man I've been dating for 5 years? Oh,
bro,
scary. Like, I just was like anxious. So then I get out and I'm like walking up to you and I'm like, ugh, what are you doing? Like, I'm so nervous. And you go, what do you think? And I was like, that's valid. And then I hear you go, Darlene? Like in your little excited voice. And then I don't remember what I said or what you said after that. And then I remember being like, stand up and hug me. I'm just scared. I don't remember you putting the ring on me. The next thing I remember is you handing me an iced coffee and just thinking, oh, thank God. I needed that.
Well, anyways.
So those are the things that tipped me off. I think.
But overall, you were still surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, oh, because he had told me, like, oh, I'm thinking pretty sure, like, November or December. And I was like, okay. And then I said to Jill, but what if he's just throwing me off the scent of October?
Yeah, she was apparently talking to Jill about the proposal, like, constantly the day before. nonstop.
That's what Mom said.
Okay.
Mom called me and was like, yeah, and Jane kept talking about it, and we were trying to be chill. And then she was like, and Jill was so excited she couldn't even sleep the night before.
Okay,
Yeah.
first of all, I don't know what people are expecting from me.
No, it's all good.
Like,
we weren't
you
saying
all have known me for 5 years. I don't shut up about things I'm excited about.
Yeah.
No, they weren't saying it as a bad thing. She was saying it as
It was
like
just hard to.
they didn't know how to respond.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you guys know for future surprises with me. If I have any inkling, you're gonna just have to deal with me talking about it.
Yeah.
Maybe make up a plan. What are we gonna do when Jane brings it up 800 times? Because, well, but only because we hadn't talked to Jill about how that we bought the ring, so I didn't think she knew about the ring. So I was excited to tell her about it with you, not expecting to get engaged that weekend. And so then once we told her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I actually knew. Like Belinda told me, but because she thought you were telling people," and I was like, "That's believable." And then, so then on Saturday, I'm just yapping with Jill, waiting for the race to be done, and I'm like, "Well, let me tell you more details," thinking she is just learning more and more, not that she's in on some secret. And yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no, it is what it is. That's how you are.
But
it's all good.
The ring is really pretty. What do you think?
Pretty nice.
Pretty.
Do you think this is what it would look like?
No.
Okay.
All right.
It's very pretty.
I think that's enough of our story time. Rose, do you have anything you would like to share? It's been a while since you've been on the pod.
Yeah. I've been busy working away. Went to Boston, though, to visit Heather last weekend, which was super fun.
Nice.
Went to Paul Revere's house. Went to Paul Revere's grave.
But I want to be in the Civil War? No.
Revolutionary.
But whatever.
Went to Hamilton. Went to the aquarium.
Alexander Hamilton. Sorry.
And The Shining for the first time.
Hamilton's a pretty Paul Revere type.
Alexander Hamilton.
Or pretty Boston musical.
I know, it was very exciting.
It's a good place to see it.
Someone tell me what that song is.
Alexander Hamilton?
Like, sing a little bit of it.
Any song from Hamilton?
No, the one I'm saying.
What are you saying?
The main one.
Alexander Hamilton. Isn't there a song that has his name in it? Like, and I don't know. I've never seen it.
Alexander Hamilton had a torrid affair, and he wrote it down right there. Highlights. That one?
No.
I thought that would be a deep cut for you to pick, but that is the rhythm at which they say its name.
I feel like it's one where where it's like.
I think she's literally thinking of the main song. Like the opening one. I don't know how the opening song goes. I'm just saying that's.
You just thought of it, though. What did you think of?
Yeah.
Jane.
No, you, Jane.
You.
Oh, ha ha ha. I was thinking. I was thinking. No, I never said I agree with. What is that one where it's like a whole like.
Holy
no, I never.
Cow. Is this from Hamilton?
Oh, yeah. I have never agreed with Jefferson once.
Yes.
We have fought on like 75 different fronts. But when all is said and all is done, Jefferson has beliefs. Burr has none.
None.
Oh, because that one too, they're like yelling like Alexander Hamilton, who should we vote for?
Yes.
That's not what they say, but there is they say his full name. They say his full name in quite a few of them, I guess.
Okay, but that sound is such like it scratches an itch. I never agreed with blah, 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 blah. And I just like, ooh, it gets me so hype every time I hear it. I'm like, yes.
Have you ever listened to the full album?
I wasn't a theater kid. I should have been. I was born to be. and I just missed
Yeah,
opportunity.
it's true.
No, I've never listened to any of them. I've only heard
We
it on
should-
Instagram. I never agreed. I just love that. Sorry, I'm having
You
a really
should see it.
ADHD week.
I would like to see it.
I've seen it 4 times now.
That's crazy.
No, it's not.
That's actually
You know
crazy.
how many times
work.
I've seen Mamma Mia?
She's seen it in person.
That's normal.
Okay. How many
pretty
times have you
cool,
seen
I
Mamma
think.
Mia in person?
I never, but I wish I could
Yeah.
have.
Exactly.
Okay, but Hamilton is like a big deal.
No, it is. I'm not saying. I'm just saying it's crazy awesome. Like the fact
No,
that she's
people-
been
and
able to
people-
see it 4 times.
Because I feel like seeing theater, like real life, it's more normal to see that multiple times because it can be different every time, kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. This was a really good
Spitting
cast, too.
facts.
Yeah, different
I
cast
was-
every time, not like the movies.
Who's the one guy that does it
Just
though?
rewatching
normally?
a movie.
Or was like the main?
The guy who
Lin-Manuel
wrote it.
Miranda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like his name. Say it again.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
I just love it.
All right. Anything else? We kind of got hung up on Hamilton there.
Sorry.
Let's see. Got a new battery in my car.
Me too. Sorry.
I know I heard that on the pod a different time, and I was like, dang, should have been on the pod because I could have said me too. So
But then I did.
Werner's got a new battery. We turned on our heat today. It's cold.
Wow.
So first time heat happening.
First time.
it
that's
was like
crazy, but,
88
like-
degrees here yesterday.
It's so annoying.
Dang. It was 60 degrees in our house, and it was pretty cold.
Oh, but that's what our house is.
60
On
degrees?
purpose. It's like 65.
Yeah, Jane likes keeping it cold. Energy bill
Well,
high.
now it's 65 in here, and it feels much better. My
Nice.
toes were cold.
See? I love
Um,
that. When I go to bed, I want my feet to be ice, and then I want to like warm them up, and it makes me fall asleep. But I warm them
Really?
up by putting them on Owen, and then he goes, "Oh, you're freezing." And I went, "Right, that's why that's why they're touching you. That's the point. This is the whole thing."
But I'm like going to sleep, like I'm about to fall
It's a
asleep, and then all of a sudden there's an ice pack on my like calf.
They
I'm
get
like,
really cold, don't you think?
yeah.
They're like so cold, it's insane.
Like
Love it.
imagine someone just like literally threw ice cubes in your sweatpants.
The way that we didn't react, the way that we didn't laugh or find that funny. We did the Gen Z stare.
Okay, bud.
We started watching Severance and have watched the whole first season in the time since I've been on the pod.
Isn't it insane?
It's pretty good. I
It
wasn't
gives
really
me-
liking it at first,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes a
but
second.
then I got sucked in.
It's giving
Yeah.
though anxiety for me.
Yes, it really stresses me out
Yes, dude.
Yeah, it is a stressful show.
because on Monday when we got home from Boston, I didn't have school on Tuesday because it was fall break, and so we were like, "Ooh, we can watch Severance and we don't have to go to bed early." And we watched 4 episodes in a row because we were finishing the first season. And I woke up on Tuesday morning so anxious. I was like, we can never do that again.
I'm getting anxious thinking about it.
So we're back on one at a time now. 1 episode at a time. That feels more doable.
I'm typically
Nice.
a 2-ep type of girl.
Yeah.
But that
Of
show,
anything?
it's hard. It's hard to only
It
watch
is.
one because they're always ending on like a massive cliffhanger, and then you're like,
I know.
what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Owen and I were just talking about this because we're watching Will Trent, and it's a 10 out of 10. It's a 15 out of 10 show. It's my favorite show. I will tell you. It's called a hyperfixation. I will
You say
find a
that
brand
every
new.
yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
every show I'm into, it's going to be the best, but that's fine. Because
It's
currently
pretty
it's this
good.
one.
It's really gory, the first episode,
They're all pretty.
but then it
I
kind
like
of
it because
calms
it's-
down.
It does, but they still include a lot of like, I don't know, it's like surreal
But
situations.
it's just
and
another
then,
crime show,
But
detective show.
but it's not just another crime detective show. There's so much more going on. don't. When I have a hyperfixation on something, you just have to let me really.
No,
say
no,
it's the
I
best
think
thing
it's a
on
good
earth.
one. I think it's a good show.
You're just
Um,
so neutral. It's so hurtful.
I think it's a good show. I'm
But we
about it.
like
I'm about it.
something. We stop being a hater.
I don't like that they're. No, I'm not going to say that. All right, what's up?
Oh, but what we were saying was we like that not every episode ends on a cliffhanger.
But some of them
So
do.
sometimes you get to just be like, oh, and that episode is over and it was all wrapped up and happy, you know. But I love
Yeah.
this show so much I could cry.
It has a good ratio of cliffhangers to not cliffhangers.
It has also a lot of good story weaving and like, but it's I don't know. I don't want to give stuff away, so I'm trying not. But I really want to talk about it.
Is it on? What's it on? What's streaming?
Hulu.
Well, I'll give Jill this. Jill's one comment on Severance, which she never could watch more than like 2 episodes of because they just kept walking down hallways. There
That's
are
why
a lot
Owen
of
didn't
hallway
like it.
scenes. And now every time we see one, Eddie and I are like, hallway scene. And then like sometimes they're like running in the hall, we're like frantic hallway scene.
Owen was always like, dude, more walking. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? I was like, chill. It's fine. And then at some point I was like, bro, they're still walking. Like you just are like, oh my freaking
And
gosh.
I get why Jill had to stop because if you don't make it past the first episode, that one has the longest walk. That
one
walk
too,
is so long.
that one too is so confusing. Like you get no information, it feels like. That you're just like, why would I even want? I don't understand what's happening. There's a lot of hallways. There's no context. But I will say, why does that guy's face, the actor's face, his face looks like the like CGI animation from Polar Express, but that's just his face.
I haven't noticed that. I'll pay attention.
Look up Tom Hanks like Polar Express character and tell me that the way that the face is like almost okay, but like still kind of creepy. It's like it looks like CGI, but it also looks kind of normal. It's giving that guy's face in Severance.
Fully disagree. No, I actually, I don't know.
I don't know. It's the same energy. It's the same like, that's interesting. It looks.
Anyways, let's do Weird in a Bad Way and wrap this up. We've been yapping for a little too long, I think, anyways.
Oh, but I have so many things to say.
Well, we'll say them next week.
I'm engaged at the same time as Taylor Swift.
Yep.
The album. Rose, what did you think of it? It's also a hyperfixation, so don't hate on it.
The first time I listened
warning.
to it, I was not a fan. And then I saw a bunch of hate on the internet, and I was like, valid points, and I was becoming less and less of a fan. Then I was like, you know what, let's give it another chance. Let's actually try to put all that hate out of my head, because those are other people's opinions. What's my opinion? Listen to it again on the way to Boston, I was like, you know, actually this one's got some bops. It's kind of good. And now I'm like in this weird middle ground of like, I used to not like it and I kind of like it now.
Okay, but here's my points, I'll have to say. Point number 1. People acting
I feel like, did you not do these points last episode?
I don't think I
There
did.
was a very brief discussion of it last episode, but not a lot.
Okay. I've just heard you say them to so many people, so.
Just don't interrupt me anymore.
And I spewed them out to Karen when we talked about the engagement because she wanted to talk about Taylor Swift album too.
Please.
And I was like, well, I don't have a strong opinion, but here's Jane's opinion. So if you want me to do this, if you want me to spill the facts, I can.
Do you want to?
No, I think you should have the honor to do it. I'm just letting the people know I could.
Number 1, everybody saying, everyone who has been saying this, not everyone saying this, but some people have been. this is the dumbest lyrically the dumbest thing she's ever written. This is so much worse than everything else. It's her worst album lyrically. Wrong. You're factually incorrect. She has songs on every album, pretty much every album. I don't know for sure every, but pretty much a lot of them that are cringe a little. That aren't the most meticulously written with a thesaurus in hand, okay? But also, take number 2, just because the words that she uses aren't from like the 1900s, don't make them bad lyrics. If it still tells a captivating, interesting story, which it does, then it's not bad lyrics. I think you're incorrect. I think there's some point to say, I didn't enjoy the lyrics. That's fine. Objectively, though, you can't be like, oh, it sucks. Because that's false. Because it's an opinion. But also, I think that people being like, oh, she used the word meme. Yeah, who cares? That's what people are saying. It makes relevant sense. Also, I think sometimes people hate on things right away because they don't really give it the thought. So I'm happy to hear that you weren't just like immediate. Because when I first heard Eldest Daughter, I was like, you're taking it in, you're processing. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. But then I was listening and I was like, oh, I can understand the story because it was her saying, and everyone being like, oh, you're not a victim. Shut up. Shut your face. Because it's a personal feeling that she's expressing as hyperbole. Cool? We know what that is? Cool. But it was still a really cool thing because it wasn't her just being like, oh, the internet doesn't let me be cool. It was saying my past relationship made me feel like I couldn't express how much I enjoyed certain things because the person I was with didn't want them. So I was trying to fit in with that life. And now I'm with someone who wants the same things I do, and that's fun, which is a very universal feeling. Also, Ruin the Friendship, I could cry every time I listen to that song. And if you guys...
I do like
that
know. One.
If you don't really listen and you don't want to really listen, that's fine. But I just think immediately saying they're bad songs, they're lyrically trash, there's no depth to it.
At the end of the day, the world wants Taylor Swift to be sad.
It's not even... I mean, 1, that, but 2... We're acting like she never wrote pop cringe. Like, everyone's saying, I think this really pissed me off, was like, oh, when she was with Joe, she was like saying all these very sophisticated things. First of all, he's a freaking weirdo and boring and a hermit crab. Whatever. He can do that, but that doesn't make him better than us. Us as in me, who's not like that, who's the opposite. But also, she wrote Lover. She wrote Me. The song M-E exclamation point when she was dating Joe Alwyn. It's a catchy song. Do I think, come on, kids, learning is fun is the most lyrically amazing song. Spelling, whatever. Okay. It's like, that's cringe, too. Like, I'm not saying she's not cringe, but it's not because Travis Kelce is stupid. Guess what, guys? He's rich and he plays football good. And he's good looking. So who cares?
I have
that
one
he's not
critique
like a poet.
That I'll say. I have some additional critiques, but I'll hold those back because I don't want to yuck your yum.
You can yuck my yum. The
critique I'll say is I do feel and this isn't an original take. This is a take I heard some hater on the internet give, but it actually resonated with me. It was a comment about that interview that she did on a nightly talk show. I can't remember whose, where she was talking about the Super Bowl. How they had like asked her to perform at the Super Bowl, but she was like, I don't want to do it because that's Travis's thing, which like, fair enough. That's his thing. Let him have it. But then she kind of talked about it like he's out there playing this really intense sport, like putting his life on the line. And then I'm there like, I wonder what my choreo should be. And I was like, girl, don't minimize yourself. Like you've always been an artist who takes yourself really seriously. That's like what I think of when I think of Taylor Swift. You like take your music seriously. And it's a little concerning that she's like, his thing is so important and dangerous and my thing's so silly and why would I don't know. I didn't love that personally.
I I didn't really take note of it, but then I saw someone else have a take, and then someone's counter take was what, like, I think people were like, "Oh, he's not a soldier," and that was what people were mad about that I saw. I didn't see that part about it, but I did see people also saying, I mean, it is a very dangerous sport.
I mean, it
Like,
is dangerous,
It is dangerous.
but I just feel like minimizing yourself to be
Yes,
like, and
I
my
think
thing's so silly is like not what I have what I would have expected from Taylor Swift,
My
who has always
thing that
taken
I
herself
like-
really seriously.
But my thing that I like is it feels like, and I can see how that sounds like minimizing, and I'm not saying it's good. I think that maybe that's something she's subconsciously doing, but I don't feel like that's because Travis is causing that. I think it's because Travis is also like, what you do is like, you're an athlete and you're so smart and then she's like, but you're also so this. So it feels like they're so passionate about how great the other person is that they're like, well, who cares about this? You are so cool. And so I feel like I don't know if it balances it, but I feel like I have felt that way with Owen.
I think that
like I've been like, dude, you're a software engineer. You can make things out of nothing. What it seems like, and he's probably never thought anything I do is that cool. But there's still moments.
It does kind of seem like they both minimize
themselves because they are so passionate about the other.
Does.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
I think it goes both ways. I don't think it's
her
good though.
Feeling though, like he shows up for her concerts. He cheers so loud for her, and she's like, yes, this is my thing, and I'm doing it. And then when it's the other way, I think she just wants to be able to be like, no, I'm here to support you. I'm not here to do my thing right now. I do my thing.
Yeah, I think that's a valid take. I also think...
And she also was kind of joking, I think.
My other take is, which is not a take you're going to like, because I know you feel the exact opposite way.
Perfect.
I think I like Taylor Swift's songs better when she's not singing about herself.
Oh,
that's fine.
Like when she's storytelling. And I think I'm glad that she's happy, whatever. But I think that I'm like, I don't know. You're a billionaire. Like,
yeah.
Now here,
I don't know.
We're in a sticky situation because I had that take about AJR. Remember this on the pod? And you guys both were like, okay, but Taylor Swift. But it was like a weird, and then I have since been like, yeah, I shouldn't have that take about AJR. Because I don't have that take about. You didn't
like that they were...
It felt, because I was like, well, they're obviously not like, oh, I can't get, like, they were speaking about like, I think one of the lines is just like, oh, still can't get a job, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah,
well, what?
Yeah.
But then you guys were like, well, one, they could have had this experience, but two, they could be storytelling, and you love when Taylor Swift talks about herself, but you also like when she story tells on folklore. And I was like, you're right. I'm picking on this because I can.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think what I think that is annoying with people is being like, oh, it's so tone deaf. It's art. I don't know. It's at some point it's art. It just is. Like, we watch movies, we watch football. Like, I feel like sometimes I don't hate the take that, oh, it can feel like tone deaf, but I also don't hate the take that it's like, well, what else can we do in life than enjoy things?
Yeah.
And I do feel like it's fresh.
Somebody's take was like, this album would have killed if Kamala was president. And I think it's true. Like, if the world wasn't so dark and sad, people would have no problem with her releasing happy, fun music. I think people want something different from her because they're like, maybe you should say something, which maybe she should, but also she doesn't necessarily have to. Like,
and I think too, like when it comes to safety, considering Trump is like, I hate it, like, and he has people that are crazy. I don't hate the take that it's like, she also has to think about herself, and all the money in the world doesn't necessarily stop you from being murdered.
Yeah.
And maybe she just wants her own peace.
That's enough for this week's
I was in the middle of a sentence.
It's just going on.
Pause.
I mean,
just pause.
We will
just pause.
Resume this conversation, I'm sure, in later episodes.
Pause.
Taylor Swift will come up again, my G.
Just pause, though, for a second. Okay, now you can talk.
All
Wait
right.
for me to be done.
So, weird in a bad way.
You.
Brother.
I haven't eaten yet, either, by the way. I didn't have time to eat the stupid granola bar.
weird in a bad way when Jane does not eat even though she's hungry. And she a lot of times knows she's hungry, knows she's going to be angry because of it, but nothing sounds appetizing. So you try and give her multiple things to eat, she won't eat them.
And I get like I'm feeling so bad right now because I was telling Eddie, I don't think it's as bad as what you go through, but maybe I underestimate how much blood sugar matters. Because I have none of it right now. I feel like I'm depleted. I could pass out. Mostly I'm just going to yell at Owen is the issue. And then I'm also have no energy then to make any food.
Yeah.
But I've had migraines all week. Like blurry vision migraines.
Me too. Oh, that was another drama from my life, which I won't get into because I know we need to wrap it up. I ran out of migraine medication. It was a terrible week. I had migraines every single day. I couldn't go on the pod. I have since gotten the meds back, and all is
And it's
well.
better?
This was a couple of weeks ago.
But, okay, why do they think this is happening?
The migraines? I don't know.
Did they
came
do
on.
imaging?
Yeah.
No tumors.
Well, they didn't do new imaging, but I got a CT scan that time that I had to go to the emergency room because that ASU house lady freaked out. And that was normal, so they were like, well, it's not anything. Normally, if you have like sudden migraines, they will want to do imaging though, just in case.
But are these not kind of sudden?
Tumor or something. Yes, but I had just recently had the CT scan, so they knew that that one was normal.
Are you hitting Owen? Is someone clipping something?
All right, big dog.
I just wanted to know
what
that sound was. It just sounded like someone was clipping their fingernails.
Not me.
No, I was just clipping a pen together.
Well, then why would you do that?
All right,
and then
going.
you didn't fess up.
I just did.
Okay, but are they still like looking into what's happening, or are they just like take this medicine, good luck?
Pretty much that, yeah.
Ah!
Are you gonna go to the doctor about your migraines, Jane?
I probably will because I think it's related to the birth control that I started.
Oh.
But I'm thinking that then she'll be like, well, let's wait and see if it goes away after because it's only been like a month.
Are you on combined birth control, though? Because that can increase your stroke risk, but not really.
Yeah, but I didn't have migraines with aura before.
Yeah, I don't think it's as big of a deal as that one person made it out to be, because the other neurologist that I've talked to was like, no, it's fine.
And I did message my doctor, and she was like, so she's aware. Anyway.
Oh, but that was the thing why they were so worried about it.
Yes.
Was because you're on birth control.
Yeah.
But because... But I've never had migraines with aura or anything, and that's like usually when they don't put you on this type of birth control.
Yeah.
But now you have them.
Brother, if I have a stroke, I mean, come on. Even if I live, like, just put me out of my misery at that point.
Bro, chill.
But apparently, according to my old neurologist, all of the studies were conducted at a time when most people smoked, so it's confounded with smoking.
Oh.
So if you don't smoke, there's no research suggesting there's an elevated risk.
What if you have smoked?
Maybe then.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Don't take any of this as medical advice. Well, anyway, sorry that I interrupted with that little anecdote, but you should probably go to the doctor because they got some miracle drugs out there that just clear migraine right up.
I also get headaches all the time, so maybe but I don't know if they're all migraines. Like sometimes I think I've had a migraine, but my regular day-to-day headaches that I usually get. Owen, what do you think? I always say I have a headache.
Yeah, not sure.
What do you think?
You have a lot of headaches.
I'll ask her. Anywho, we don't have a date yet, so don't ask.
Did Rose have a weird in a bad way?
Oh, what was yours? I didn't give mine.
Yeah, you did. You said you.
That wasn't for real.
All right, quick. Someone.
Well, I can tell Eddie phoned one in, and he asked me to share it on the pod, which I don't feel it's fair, but we'll get your take. Apparently, sometimes when I sleep, I have my knees up, like feet on the bed, knees up.
Hmm.
He finds this very disturbing and says that it's weird in a bad way. I don't think it's that weird, but
I love you.
maybe it is.
It's kind of creep. It's like when I wake up and Owen's like this. I'm like, what is his arm doing? And then he tries to fight someone, and I'm like, what is this guy doing? Or when he sleeps like he's already dead.
I will say though, if you're sleeping on your back and your stomach's very empty, sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, now that I'm like stretched out on my back, it feels even more empty.
I can't
Picking
sleep
your
if I
feet
haven't
up,
eaten.
having your knees up helps a little bit. Now, why not just turn on your side at that point? I don't know.
Why is your stomach so empty?
My stomach is not empty. This is not the problem for me.
Eat. Hear me out. If my stomach is too empty, I get up and I make something and I eat until I'm full, and then I can sleep. I cannot sleep if my stomach is kind of even a little empty. It feels wrong.
Well, here's a tip. Try putting your knees up.
Here's a tip. No.
All right, what's yours?
Mine?
No.
No, James.
Mine. Ugh. When someone, weird in a bad way, when someone ships the wrong thing to your house and it's a giant box of 5,000 tiny plastic trays.
More than 5,000.
What?
50,000.
The box said 5,000. Oh, 50,000. These like thin, like not like plastic, like acrylic or something, or like hard, but like the like bendy plastic that's like for you're gonna like package something in it.
Yeah.
And I lifted it and I brought it all the way upstairs. And I messaged Owen. I go, "What is this giant box that's so heavy?" And he goes, "Cycling kit." Said no, incorrect, cannot be true. There's no chance. Would you buy 8 billion of them? False. And then I go, also, the label on here, there's like a label, a tiny little label that has your name, which is why I brought it inside. Then there's a big label that's like, seems like it's maybe not, like it came from there. And it says SpaceX. So I Google SpaceX. It's a vape store. And then I Google the other name, which is like Real Botanicals, Kava and Kratom store. Drugs. And I'm like, what in the world? Who sent this? And why is Owen's name on it? And why is he lying and saying it's a kit? I asked him again. I said, I sent him a photo. I said, this giant box. It's very heavy. What is it? That's not your kit. Like, it's a different box. And he goes, kit.
Dude, I was on a bike ride. I wasn't looking at the photos.
I said,
and I
can
also
I
was
open it?
like, bro, I didn't want to
And he
stop
said,
taking my
I
phone
would
out of
like
my pocket.
to.
Because I was excited about the kid.
Yeah, but I was convinced. I was telling you, it's not possible. Because guess what? Guess how much a kit weighs?
All right.
Nothing.
All right. That's enough of that.
I didn't want to come up with a number because I was like, I actually have no idea how to even guess how much it weighs.
Yeah.
I never agreed with Jefferson once.
Weird in a bad way. All right, we'll see you guys later.